Long before the creation of the earth, before light touched the void, there was only the eternal realm, a reality made of perfection, worship, and glory. In this sublime plane, among the created beings, one stood out with an unusual brilliance: Lucifer, the most beautiful, the most radiant, the morning star. He walked among the rubies of the altar. His voice was like a celestial harp, his wisdom profound, and in the eyes of the angels he seemed to reflect the very glory of the Creator. But within him, something silent began to grow, an inner whisper, a seed disguised as admiration. Lucifer began to contemplate his own light. He became enchanted by his reflection in the crystal lakes of the celestial Eden, and deep within, a restlessness emerged. Why not ascend to the throne? Why not be like the Most High? Thus, the first sin was born, not with a cry of war, but with a whisper, a poison that spread slowly yet with precision. Lucifer began to gather other angels, the most influential, the closest, and with soft words he planted an idea disguised as freedom. He promised a new kingdom where there would be no more obedience and only dominion, a new heaven not of service but of rule. And then the heavens trembled for the first time. The song ceased. The stars fell silent. The Most High in his wisdom hid nothing. The entire eternal realm witnessed the moment when Lucifer rose against the throne. When he spread his wings, he was no longer pure light, but a distortion of glory. A broken reflection. The firmament tore. Celestial flames split the skies. Angels on both sides drew weapons, not made of metal, but of eternal power. Heaven wept, not with tears, but with thunder, lightning, and echoes of lament. From the center of the heavenly field, Michael arose, the one who needed no many words. Only one affirmation echoed from his presence. Who is like God? Silence answered. And on the other side, Lucifer roared, his fury wrapped in armor forged by pride and illusion. Then the battle began. Dimensions trembled, universes collapsed, time twisted before the clash of light and darkness. Lucifer, deluded by his vanity, believed he had won. For a brief moment. But Michael, clothed with the spirit of the Most High, raised the sword, the living word, and with a blazing strike, he split the heavens like a wall of fire. It was the end of the rebellion, the beginning of the fall. Lucifer and his followers were cast into the lower realms, a formless abyss without color, without sound, only echo and pain. Heaven, restored, was never the same again. Evil was not born from God's creation. It was born from the choice of a being who desired to be greater than the Creator himself. Heaven wept that day but made a promise. Never again would darkness be allowed to reign, and Michael remains on guard. But this war, it didn't end. It merely changed its battlefield. The battleground is now different. It's no longer found among the stars. It is inside the human heart. The weapons no longer shine like swords. They are thoughts, wills, desires, decisions. The same pride that brought down Lucifer is what destroys families, derails destinies, and silences voices that were born to glorify God. The rebellion didn't begin with armies. It began with an idea, and ideas are still the greatest gateways for evil. Today, many silently nurture the same whispers that corrupted the morning star. Thoughts like, do it your way. You don't need to submit. You're enough without God. These voices don't come from the throne, they rise from the abyss. But the Most High still reigns. Michael still watches, and the sword of the word still divides light from darkness. Now everything comes down to a choice, to follow the echo of rebellion, or to stand firm in faithfulness, to reflect the vanity of a fallen angel, or the character of the Holy of Holies. In every thought and every action, the question still echoes, the same one that once split the heavens like thunder. Who is like God? The answer is not only in the heavens, It is in every choice you make. And while the angels still fight, God is still seeking hearts that will rise with him.